Hello and welcome back to Sunless Skies. How are you doing? I'm alright. Thanks for asking. I'm just gonna head east. We'll see what happens, and I'm gonna be sending out my bat, like, copiously. Because, like, we have tons of supplies now. I would like to repair my train, but that's not in the cards yet. We are very close to leveling up. We'll probably level up this episode. We're still looking for Magdalene. It should be around. You've learned from your experiences. Let's level up our captain. That already happened. New facet. What did the winds of fate hold in store? You spent your youth in stuffy sitting rooms and chandeliered parlors. Hush, and you can still hear the delicate sound of silver spoons on china cups. Spell in prison. The judge, stony-faced, condemned you to Newgate, the stalactite prison of old London. You spent much of your youth in the hard end of London, where the gas lamps are scarce, the prospects bleak, and the people as filthy as the cobbles. I kind of like this one because it kind of explains why we wanted to hang out with the EastEnders. A mentor. For a time you enjoyed the favor and protection of a mentor, someone who saw your potential and decided to nurture it. I like that as well. Let's go with that. Who took you under their wing? A blind bruiser. His attempts to distance himself from his larcenous past were of mixed success. His guests were scarred and rough-spoken and told bloody tales of smuggling and thief oaths and nameless murders. I'm not really sure how to build our character properly or optimally, but I don't really care. I'm building it for the story, to be honest. Only the most foolhardy treasure hunters come here, braving the roads where scribe spinsters stalk. Your scout reports a successful expedition. Something over there. Mad Mercy's claim. Forgotten factories gently desolating. We need a saying to investigate this. Seems like we really need a saying. Not sure how to get that. What's our profile? That tells us all about ourselves. Your soul, flickering, clear. We're getting a pretty clear picture of ourselves, who we are. This looks a little dangerous. This looks like kind of a snowy cave. Things are indeed getting a little bit colder. There's something below us. We probably want to go that way. I mean, our scout found something. Doesn't mean that that's a good thing. Could just as well be a bad thing. We're about to get there. I think this is another thing we can explore. The Crepuscular. A wreck, Captain, your driver informs you, might be worth a wee look. A wee look, they add delicately. The wreck gleams with frost, its windows are dark, its engines silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. The steel of its chassis is mangled, but the bridge appears largely intact behind its broken windows. Stripper for repairs. Enter through the shattered windscreen. Let's do that. Success. We have a pretty high heart rating, I think. So that's why I took that. You don your sky suit. Your driver pulls your locomotive alongside the wreck, close enough for you to leap from one to the other. The floor of the bridge is carpeted with glass fragments. It shines like stars in your lamplight, and tingles like bells when your boots brush it. A sky chest nailed to the floor at the back of the bridge yields to your effort. Your driver pulls your locomotive. No, I already did that. What could it be? A crate of vegetation. I ate screens, your navigator sniffs. Distinctly put out. I ate screens, I hate screens. Oh, we got some more verdant seeds. Selection of obscenely large seeds in prickly shells. A musky scent emanates, redolent of persimmons and guano. Your stoker moans as she puts one down, blood on her teeth, having mistaken it for fruit. Oh, excuse me? That was not there a moment ago. Reach Marauder. They don't seem to be going after us, so we're good for now. But that was kind of scary. Oh, I forgot we could dodge. Completely forgot about that. I only rediscovered that because I just fat fingered the button. A change of heart. The settler emerges from his cabin, his suitcase clutched in his hands. I've had time to think, and I have to admit it, I can't do it. I don't want to go, but it's so warm here and everyone's been so kind. Might I stay on? Or at least take me back to Port Prosper? His smile is brittle. Let him sign on. Your locomotive has room for all. Sure. He moves as though to hug you, but then thinks better of it and salutes instead. You won't regret it. Fetch me a mop, a bucket. Point me in the direction of a grime. I'll do you proud, and I'll never have to go outside again. You send him to his bunk, and with hot cocoa and several thick manuals on locomotive safety procedures. You gain some crew, one to replace the one that died at that whale, and we gain some experience. The settler is no longer on your locomotive. Yeah, we no longer have to complete that quest. Send out the bat again. New prospects. Something is here. Your scout returned and has found something. We're leaving the cold wastes. Oh, that looks like something. What is this? Unsettled dreams. That night your sleep is peppered with uncomfortable dreams. The sky of your dream is blazing gold. It is peppered, no crowded with suns. Suns piled on suns like the grouts in a miser's hoard. Their light floods you. It shines through skin and blood and meat, picking out your branching veins and the slender pillars of your bones. Is there no more to you than this? You wake. Seek company, conversation, tea, perhaps a biscuit, those fundamental human things that help us forget numinous moments like this. Failure. You find other crew in the galley and tell them of your dream. They are unsettled. They had the same dream too. You've gained terror. That's not good. Investigate. An abandoned signal box. The signal box has been blasted by weapon fire. Despite the holes, the shattered tiles, the fractured beams, it still has enough structural integrity for you to climb inside without risk. It was made with care and pride. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. Recruit a fatalistic signalman. You detect a whiff of cigarette smoke as you enter. A man in a gray uniform and gray bowler rises from a chair. Evening, I don't suppose you're looking for a signaler? He does not sound hopeful. How long has he been waiting here? As an officer, signaler who increases your mirrors by 6, veils by 2, and villainy by 1. Read the ledger. Captains who withdraw from the cache should note their name and ship and what they took. Occasionally they add anecdotes. You will gain a vision of the heavens or sky stories. The handwriting is poor but legible. Captain Bolade deposited supplies in the cache, paying off their debt. There's a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain's rate of a homestead, their locomotive passed when journeying from Port Avon, the building where were in the style of old London. The nostalgia brought the crew together after a near disastrous encounter with a Chorister bee. You now have 2 sky stories. Sure, let's recruit a fatalistic signalman. Sure. He is startled by your response. Oh, right. Was expecting you to say no, honestly. You ask what he was doing here. I work the Isambard line. I'm the last one, I suppose. Hitch rides between the boxes, make repairs, sweep up a bit. But I could do with a change of scene. He seems unsure. Well, I'd better get my things together. He picks up a modest hodl and checks his hat on his head. Is on his head. Yes, I think that's everything. After you, sir. You can appoint the fatalistic signalman to be your signaler when you are docked in port. Leave. Onwards. Stokers work vigorously. This place makes them yearn for the riotous camaraderie of New Winchester. So we have a signaler. Addison Wick. There's something else to find here. Who would live here? Among the mists and the morning wind. Moaning wind. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. This homestead appears to be thriving. A family gathers outside to welcome you. Blue smoke coils from the chimney. So reduce terror, and if you are starving, buy you some time. Nice. Eat your fill. Hospitality is important on the frontier. The settlers invite you to join them for a meal. Let's do that, since we just got some terror. Breaking bread. You enjoy a meal of sticky porridge and viney vegetables. Afterwards, you and your hosts exchange non-committal observations on the war between stovepipes and Tacites. Your crew are content for a time. One of them even speculates idly about settling down. Nice. There's New Winchester. You'd think that Magdalene might be like here. I'm assuming, where is, whatchamacallit? I don't know. I don't know where what I'm looking for anymore. From a shop in London. I don't know. I guess I could just like explore for the time. There's something to be found here. Low chuntering, the throaty grumble of sleeping cantankerry. Oh no. One shot is all it takes for those. These are not great though. Disperse the rubble. Lose terror. Let's do that. You gently shunt the larger pieces away. The crew are heartened to be doing something for the general good. Glory's Cross. Your bat is gleeful. There was nothing to be found. Oh, that's not good, though. Found something. Ooh, what is that? Mine. Requires mining. Aw. So I'm guessing maybe that's Magdalene, but it's so west, you know? That couldn't possibly be it. Your scout returns. What has it found? I don't know. Doesn't seem to have found anything. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just fired something off. Can I go into this little hole here? No, it doesn't seem like it. I'm just gonna follow the contour of this landmass and send out my bat some more. We are slowly burning through our supplies. Ah, there's a port there. Nice. We're level 3. Carmine glow burns in the dark. Magdalene's where you can buy comforting lies. Yo, we actually found Magdalene's? Fantastic. Oh, we just like 100% smacked the wall for no reason. There's a dock captain. A signaler declares. The Oathbreaker. An argument breaks out between two crewmen. One owes the other money but cannot repay it. Unfortunately, the debt was sworn on the name of the burrower below, a roving god of the deep skies and a keeper of compacts. Sorry about that. I paused for a moment and then apparently it did not unpause. You didn't miss anything. I basically paid to remove the debt. And we are now being watched by, let me see here if it's in my profile. Yes. Attention, the burrower below, you are watched. One of the gods of the sky, the burrower gnaws at the roots of heaven and is associated with fog, promises, and punishment. So they are now watching us, which is maybe good, maybe bad, who knows. And we have ourselves a signaler. His mustache is stained with nicotine. His Isambard line uniform is neatly pressed. He always expects the worst, confident in the knowledge that he will still be disappointed. He is reticent by nature but can be coaxed into conversation over depressing stories with horrible endings. You need 2 tales of terror in order to talk to them. Unlocked when you do not have learning about the fatalistic signalman. So I guess they are our signaler. He is professional enough to prevent his mood from impacting his work. He has no qualms about it infecting other crew members, however. Oh no. Gloomy guidance. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So, hey, we can finally cross this quest off the map. Magdalene's House of Small Comfort. Oneric chambers treat your nightmares. For some cases of sleepless nights, lost and formless terror of persistent night terrors and elusive dreams, more severe treatments are required. The Solace chambers treat your terror. But we want to complete our quest. How do we complete our quest? Do I just sell it? Magdalene's, okay. Purchase 3 sacks of verdant seeds from the bazaar at Port Avon. I guess we're just selling it. So I guess I'm making a little bit of profit here. To complete this prospect, supply 3 more. Okay, there we go. We have done it. You gained 100 sovereigns and 150 experience. Just what we needed. Although I must admit, I do miss roses and lilies and bluebells. Still, these celestial blooms have their own virtues. Some of them weep, you know. He pays you a generous gratuity. Very nice. Okay. So that's something crossed off the list. See if we can't... we could treat our nightmares a little bit. These guys are full of terrible wonders. Request a treatment for loneliness. This will provide a unique encounter and lower your terror. Request a treatment for guilt. All treatments will lower your terror equally. Skies are full of terrible wonders. All skyfarers see more than they should when they've sailed the sunless sky. The sound of soft laughter and the occasional sob echo through the stained glass walls of the treatment chambers. And an attendant sits guard before the door. I'll just need to ask for the particulars. We will always alleviate your fears, but the method is at your discretion. So we can't really do anything, apparently. So let's talk about our nightmares, maybe. Nope, never mind. Magdalene's House of Small Comfort. Write a port report. Let's do that. Magdalene's is abuzz with activity. Barely has the clock chimed and a clamor goes up at the front desk. Guests rushing to and from appointments. Lord Blank was seen in conversation with the amenable host. The East Wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguished admiral was seen with his second-in-command entering one of the chambers of regret. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. Speak with an attendant. An attendant in the foyer schedules appointments with the aid of a hefty daybook and a very accurate clock. They are eager to explain the procedures and the rules that govern here. This is a hospital for the spirit. Our staff will become the person you need. Here you may say farewell to a doomed comrade, resurrect an old love, spar with a defeated enemy, all for a fair price, but do not overindulge. Our services are to heal, not to become an addiction. A waltz can be heard from the upper floors. Someone has requested the recreation of the Sapphire Jubilee. The glass spires of Magdalene's pierce the clouds like swords. Shadowed figures can be seen moving through the gleaming corridors, their identities obscured by the hued glass. Crowds of skyfarers, ministry officials, and merchants mill about the forecourt in varying degrees of distress. All watch the clock set in the great clock tower, waiting for their appointed hour. Talk to patients being discharged. Some leave smiling, others weeping. No one can resist looking back behind them, even for just a peek. The scream of a boiling kettle. The attendants are on break. Seek a meeting with the amenable host. Unfortunately, the host has many calls on their time, and you have yet to become a known face around these parts. Perhaps once you have availed yourself of the services, they will have time to speak. Okay. Well, we're good here, I think. Stories? That's it. Those are the stories. Shops? Beatrice's Exchange. We could maybe buy some jumble of undistinguished souls. I don't know where we're supposed to sell those. I think we're just supposed to, collect them. Souls being shepherded through the reach on spirifer engines. You will write your name across the skies, become the high wilderness most venerated explorer, and write the story that defines the era. Trading opportunity is completed. We need new opportunities. I could buy some jumble of undistinguished souls, but I'm not sure why I would want to. Also, if we can acquire these from any bank, what's stopping us from buying this and then putting it in a bank at one hub and then just acquiring it at another station? That way we save on hold space. I don't know. So we could head back to New Winchester. We could just do some exploring. Horror. Oh, there's some horror to be found, maybe? Something ghastly, something grave. Something that glisters, something to crave. Well, progress has been made. We found Magdalene's. Not sure where we head to next. We are basically without a quest or without anything to do. We found something though, something over there. We'll check it out. Not sure what our signaler does, but maybe we might find out. I think this guy is okay. Not a marauder at the very least. The Fallows, 57 experience gained. I'm enjoying this this game. For exploration and like combat are pretty shallow, but I think that's okay. From what I played, what little I played of Sunless Seas, the game had like intensely deep everything, and it didn't necessarily serve the game. So, what can we find here? We discovered the remnants of an old locomotive, the victim of one of the innumerable perils of the sky. Enter through the shadowed windscreens. Failure. Your driver pulls your locomotive alongside the wreck, close enough for you to leap the gap. You squeeze with difficulty into the starlit bridge, where frozen figures sit at stiff attention. The dead bridge crew. Mustaches bristle with ice crystals. You pick a careful path between them. Something at the far end of the room has caught your eye. You gained 15 terror. What could it be? A clasped jewelry box. Something precious has been concealed. A sheaf of letters falls from a concealed compartment. The pages are rife with scandal. You have one salon stewed gossip. Oh, something brews and possibly attacks us. Not all wrecks were destroyed by misfortune. They're chasing us and firing on us. We can lose them. We can dodge pretty easily. There's more to be found, but I think I'm just gonna go this way. I don't care to do combat with them. We only have one supply left. And of course I just used my bet, which is going to kill our supplies some more. More things to be found. So there's 2 things to discover up there. Worth going now. So we don't have to go necessarily to New Winchester in order to get new prospects, but I am going to go there because it's familiar and that's where we got it the first time, so. Unsettled dreams. Seek company. Partial success. Well, this isn't good. On your way to the galley, you round up as many crew and officers you can find. By the way, you dream of falling. It's a common dream here. The fogs that bedevil the high wilderness are thick about you, and through them, below, you see something stir. A beast, a behemoth, almost a dragon, almost a whale, almost a continent. It gnaws on the roots of heaven, and all the fogs of the wilderness are its steaming breath. Its maw opens, wide as the gulf between stars. That sounds like the burrower. You've lost 1 supplies. Brandy is drunk. Murgatroyd's fungal crackers are devoured in bulk. So we now have 0 supplies, and we're going to start starving. And we're not really close to a port. So that's not good. I really needed those supplies. I needed to kind of like salvage them a little bit. Dedicated to those brave Radis Faber, who gave their lives in the early exodus to heaven. We really don't know what this is up here. I'm hoping that it's a port. Grim foreboding, what will become of you? Yeah, I mean, our terror is rising right now because I just had another nightmare where we're really running low on supplies. The undergrowth draws in. The calls of unknown gargantuan beasts rattle your engine. Here the Reach runs wild. Is this the Reach? Okay, so I don't think that we can actually get to there from here. I didn't mean to do that. So we're gonna have to go to New Winchester, and that's really bad because we have 0 supplies now. Like, actually 0 supplies, like no supplies now. We're gonna start starving. Lean and hollowed. The crew are starving, hollow faces and wide, wolfish eyes. How the cold bites at your narrowed bodies, hard as diamond and sharp as a tooth. Can you stop this damned shivering? Stoke the engines, burn an excess of fuel, use the heat of the boiler to drive back the cold. Search your hold and belongings for something to slower your starvation. More liberal your understanding of the word edible. Raid the stores. Your supplies are gone, but perhaps if you are desperate enough, you can find something in your holds to stave off starvation. None of these options are appetizing, most are perilous, but they are better than starving. An exhausting and dangerous task. Eke out a gruel made from verdant seeds. Exhausting and dangerous task. Their kernels are tough as flint, and sometimes the seeds sprout in your stomach. Oh, that sounds awful. Okay, well, we gotta do it. Success! The key is to hammer the seeds into flakes. The resulting gruel tastes of mulch after a storm. It delivers little nutrition during its alacrious passage through the digestive system, but at least delays starvation for a time. You now have 1 desperation, frantic with hunger. You've gained 5 terror. Your sack of verdant seeds quality has gone. And we're still starving, of course. And we're not there yet. Things are going to get really dire very quickly. We could be looking at, like, eating one of our crew very soon. A sudden jolt. I think we hit something, sir, your driver observes. The mists are thick. You could turn back and search for it. Double back. It would use up fuel. There might be danger, but perhaps whatever you hit was valuable, or perhaps it needs help. You unlocked when you have Airs of Terror. Yeah, let's double back. Success! You now have 1 caddy of dried tea. Well, that's not what we need. Retracing your course, you find a scattering of locomotive debris and an intact crate spinning in the wind. You drag it aboard and discover it is filled with tea. Thank heaven it was unharmed. What could have been? That could have been a disaster. So I guess we're eating tea in our next desperate move. We're almost there. We're very close. But we could very easily endure 1 more starvation session. If only we hadn't drank all that brandy. An unfortunate passing. Shaking hands, stomach pangs, delirium. As your crew starve, the accidents begin. A corpse has been found in the engine room. A ruptured pipe released a fatal jet of steam. The body's flesh is seared. The crew gather around. Someone's stomach rumbles. Give the body to the skies quickly before someone suggests the unforgivable. A nod to your cook. There will be stew tonight. Give the body to the skies quickly. You've gained 2 desperation. You now have 3 ravenous. You lost 1 crew. You gained 2 terror. Another crewmate lost. Wash the body and wrap it in muslin. Gather the crew. Conduct a simple ceremony. And mutter a handful of platitudes. Was the deceased really an example of diligence or forthright or well-mannered? Afterwards, open an external hatch and give the dead to the winds and the cold and the gray ghostly mists. We're very close. I don't think we'll... Oh. Victory Hall. We don't want to go to the Victory Hall. Although I guess that would be good enough, huh? We want to go to New Winchester. There it is. We're so close. We've done it. We staved off a lot of terror with that. Now that you've saved some money, it might make sense to buy some locomotive equipment from Abraham's Engineering. If you have at least 1,500 sovereigns, you could even buy a new locomotive from the Wolvesey Engine Yard. So there's new opportunities for us here. The first thing we got to do is buy some supplies, though. Bazaar. Literature for Traders Wood. Select this prospect and claim it. Seeds for Port Avon. More sacks of verdant seeds. Vicar at the Nowhere Inn as soon as possible. Hey, we know where that is. If not before. Port Avon. Yeah, okay. Deliver to the Vicar at the Nowhere Inn as soon as possible, if not before Port Avon. So we just have to deliver to Port Avon, but isn't that where we buy seeds? Literature for Traders Wood. Approved literature can be reliably purchased at Pure Durance and Warlbury Juxtamare. Let's go to Victoria Market, maybe? Yeah, fuel and supplies. Okay, we're buying some supplies, at least 6. And fuel, at least 5. Can we sell anything? We'll sell the tea. Wolvesey Station. Mr. Menagerie is passing through New Winchester. A tattered poster by the station advertises the services of a Mr. Menagerie, purveyor of fine scouts. A pile of cages looms out of the smog. You can buy scouts from Mr. Menagerie, but he will move on after you visit. The cloaked figure looks up at you as you approach. Its garnet-hued eyes gleam from the darkness of its hood. Scouts, it rasps, hopefully, its voice like a cleaver on a whetstone. We trade scouts for things and stories. It leans closer to you. We're leaving soon. Acquire nothing. We already have a bat. Mr. Menagerie nods his head. Its head. We are moving elsewhere soon, but we will leave a note saying where we have gone. We will have more things to show and stories to tell. It turns away, humming an eerie tune to itself as it gathers up its things for the next leg of the journey. Okay, let's investigate the black box. We should probably do that, right? Captain Whitlock left it to you in the hold of the Orphean. Her will described it only as a black box, and a description you consider to be an unhelpful understatement. It is a casket of black basalt, longer than you are tall, unadorned, with a single small recess that contains a keyhole. The thing must weigh most of a ton. It stands upright in a corner of the hold, where the crew have pushed it out of the way. Try to remember when Captain Whitlock acquired the box. Find someone who could open it from among your villainous associates. Examine the box. Consult with an academic. Pick the lock yourself. Detonate the lock with a modest explosion. Consider what to do with it. Whether you obey it is up to you. The last request of Captain Whitlock. The last request of Captain Amelia Whitlock was for the box to be transported to a specific address in London. Alternatively, you could perhaps find someone willing to purchase it as a curiosity, and if you knew what was inside, you might be able to command a higher price. Try to remember when Captain Whitlock acquired the box. Had bought it brought it on board just before your ill-fated expedition to the Blue Kingdom. It was empty then, you know, because you saw the lid and the box carried on board separately and assembled in the hold. It's not empty now, it is sealed and even heavier than before. But you left for the Blue Kingdom shortly after the box was delivered and made no stops on the way. So whatever is inside the box now, Captain Whitlock found in the Blue Kingdom. Try to remember when, find someone who could open it from among your villainous associates. I don't know if this is a good idea. You unlock this with, you need 200 sovereigns. Let's not do that. I want some more prospects. Oh, we need to repair our locomotive as well. 50 sovereigns to repair our locomotive. Visit the Promise of Days, a club where seasoned captains gather to trade stories and share advice. Inquire about the Winchester War. Perhaps not. We could recruit the Incognito Princess. I don't know if I like the sound of that, to be honest. Follow your ambition. Ponder your ambition. Where to begin? You take advantage of a quiet moment to pull out your journal. The blank page sits before you, smug and unblemished, the horror. At last, inspiration strikes. You need fresh material. That's the ticket. Go out and explore the high wilderness. Gather sky stories and tales of terror to begin the song of the sky. Okay. Hire on crew. Let's hire some crew. Recruit 2 or 3 crew. We might have enough crew. Let's leave it at what we have right now. Here's a dark thought. I hope the person that who wanted to join our crew and we gave them the hot cocoa was not the same person who died in the engine room. That would be not nice. I am gonna go to the Tacites and give them more information. Not that I have anything against the stovepipes necessarily, but we've already done it once with the Tacites, so let's continue. Blue Kingdom Transit Relay. Raised in the wake of the blockade of New Winchester, this magnificence of glass and steel houses the Colonial Assembly. Deliver your port reports. You've gained 200 sovereigns. You gained 2 Tacites gratitude, 2 fortunes, lost 2 fortunes with the stovepipes. Trade favor for an otherworldly artifact. It is customary for representatives to bring gifts from their territories, examples of local craftsmanship, mysterious finds, and untangled from the knotty roots of the Reach. The peculiarities are added to the overflowing cabinet of the Ward Griffiths archive. Let's see what they got. Help yourself. You've lost 2 gratitude. Oh, it just happens, huh? You now have 1 otherworldly artifact. The archive is a jumble, semi-sorted and barely catalogued. The curator, an indifferent man plagued by a phlegmy cough, is happy to loan you an exhibit. He doesn't check it out. There is no talk of returning it. If anything, he's happy to see it gone. Okay. Well, I have an artifact, apparently. Who knows what that is? Literature for Trader's Wood. We need Trader's Wood. Trading opportunity. Wish we could hide completed things. Rumored opportunities. I thought we had some opportunities. We don't seem to. Like, what is this? Somerset students camped in the dark wood require fresh material for their continued studies, entertainment, and occasionally roughage. They've requested 5 consignments of ministry-approved literature. Traders Wood lies to the south-southeast of New Winchester. So we have to find literature. Souls for Port Prosper. There we go. That's what we needed. Deliver 3 more to complete this prospect. So I should have bought it when I had the opportunity. And here's our possession. Otherworldly artifact. Could never have originated on Earth. Perhaps it is the key that will unlock heaven's mysteries, or you could put it on the mantelpiece. Acquire these from Victory Hall, Sweet Lane, or the Heart Catchers. Bridge slot, plating slot, auxiliary slot. There's a lot of stuff we could still do to outfit our vehicle. I basically have done nothing. So what do we want to do? The Blue Kingdom Transit Relay. We could go to the Blue Kingdom. What is a transit relay? The Blue Kingdom sounds kind of awful in a way. We also have to check out... well, you know what? We could go to Port Avon. I don't know why. Maybe just to buy some souls. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do about the black box. We have to find London. I don't know where London is. You can investigate the box at New Winchester. It'd be delivered to an address in London, unlocked, then left there. You can investigate the box at New Winchester. Alright, you know what? Let's open the box. I don't know. I really don't know what the right decision is for this box. I hope we don't waste the rest of our supplies when I dock. Consider what to do with it. Find someone who could open it among your villainous associates. The cracksman does his work and departs promptly, fingering his fee. Once he's gone, you drag the heavy lid open. The box contains a figure clad in woven blue robes. Its face is hidden by a porcelain death mask, but it isn't a corpse. In the eye sockets, brown eyes flicker open, blink at you, and frown. Apparently you are not what it expected to see. This is one of the shades of the dead which dwell in the Blue Kingdom, and are strictly prohibited from leaving it. They are also forbidden, under any circumstances, from speaking. Close the lid. Does remember... maybe we shouldn't talk to the thing that's never supposed to speak. Ask the shade what it wants you to do with it. You hold out one hand when you name London, and the other for the Blue Kingdom. The spirit hesitates, its own hand poised between yours. Then lightly and hesitantly it touches the palm of your left hand. London. You notice a faint discoloration spreading around the shade's cheek and shoulders, a mottle of salty white. Close the lid. Alright. The spirit does not complain as the stone lid slides back into place. After its time beneath the glorious incandescent regard of the Blue Kingdom's sun, perhaps it is content to spend more time in the dark and the quiet. Okay, well, so I'm not sure what we're doing then. I have to find London. I have no idea where that is. Surprised there's no title here for Magdalene's. Port Prosper, Port Avon. We could just go to Port Avon. Try and find some more prospects. Maybe we can buy some of the literature we need. Does it say where we can maybe find such a thing? Trader's Wood lies to the south-southeast of New Winchester. Where does one find literature, though? We could do a little bit of exploration. We need to get an auxiliary or something, like either mining or the thing that lets us explore ruins would be nice. I feel like we don't have very much ability to explore. Send out the bat. Old stones and forgotten ruins lie tumbled across the sky. Your scout has discovered something. Okay, let's check that out, and then we'll go to Port Avon, and then I'll probably end the episode there. I think basically, when in doubt, do some exploration. At the very least, it maybe makes for some more interesting stories. Which is, of course, our main ambition, is to find stories. This is a really nice looking place. Ah, it's another one of these. Oh, I just bashed into it. Cuddle's Comb. Can we not explore it? Investigate. A spidered signal box, foggy with webs. Once it was part of the Isambard line, an old folly. Read the ledger. You will gain a vision of the heavens or sky stories. Are there no ledgers? Are there nothing in there? Close up, you see that the box is covered in delicate webs, studded with cocoons. From the blue and white pattern of one bundle, it appears a spider has trapped a teapot. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cache inside. Raid the cache, why not? Take supplies. 2 engineers carry the crate from the signal box to your engine. The quartermaster will add it to your stores. Should you write in it and accrue a debt, or take without leaving a record? You will not incur debt. Your crew will be unhappy. Write in the ledger. You've gained 1 supply. Your crew remains unchanged at 7. Terror remains unchanged. You have accrued debt. Your crew may become anxious while it hangs over you. Okay. Something is coming. Why not? Let's fight it. Marauder? I haven't done any fighting basically at all. This guy's a terrible shot. I killed it. Easy peasy. Loot. Board the defeated marauder. To the victor, the spoils. The crew of the marauder lie dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them in with fingernails. Little remains of them but bloodied stumps. Seen this before, Captain, says a crew member, grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalenes can treat it, if you can be bothered to take the poor sod. Bring the poor fellow on board. This will begin a short quest. The higher wilderness is cruel. This could easily be you one day. Sure. You are escorting a sky-maddened captain to Magdalene's. You now have one tale of terror. That's nice. We can write about that. The crew wrap the sky-maddened captain in blankets and secure them tightly with belts. It takes 4 to transport him safely to your locomotive. He might not be happy restrained, but it should keep him from harm until you get to Magdalene's. Lies to the south-southwest of New Winchester. The captain secured. You have a moment to see whether there's anything of worth on this locomotive before abandoning it to the wilderness. Prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Loot the hold. Clasped jewelry box. 1 salon stewed gossip. Now we have 2. Something found, a new quest gained, and, all of it very interesting. So now I'll go to Port Avon, and we'll make our way to Magdalene's in the next episode. Not sure if we can get to Magdalene's easily from here, but that's okay. Sorry, I keep flipping to the map, but I get lost easily. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot that. Yes, even when traveling in a straight line, I can get lost. Believe it. Ruins claw the sky, the work of giants. Recruit a repentant devil. He's looking for passage. Quiet day in Port Avon. A pleasant breeze wafts through the village, making even its pricklier residents relax their guard and welcome guests. Port Avon spills prettily across sections of colossal drifting ruins. Right, this place you don't want to stick around, honestly. Buy cheap fuel at the engine yard. Get cheap repairs at the engine yard. No, I don't want any of this. Play a round of cricket, sure. Your terror has fallen. Nobody seems to remember how long this game has been going on, just that the score is now almost a formality. You play your part and points are scored, yet by the time you leave it is no closer to an end. Nobody seems to mind. It is, after all, cricket. Recruit a repentant devil. He's looking for passage. Sure. Officers require a sign-on fee. Offer him a berth. He's repentant. There can be no harm. This will give you a signaler, who will increase your iron by 2, your veils by 6, and your affiliation academe by 1. Well, we already have a signaler, so I'm good on that. Write a port report. Share exotic gossip with the locals. Increase your welcome at Port Avon. Sure. Your welcome is now at 4. You make for the Nowhere, the local pub where you can be sure of an audience. Ears bend to overhear your conversation about a London scandal. One resident even buys you a drink, an unquestionable honor. Let's share some more gossip. No, we'll keep it at that. We'll write a port report, though. You earn rewards. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here. Apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery. Okay, well. We're good. We are good here. Can we buy anything? Bazaar. Pack of verdant seeds. We can buy some more verdant seeds. Sure, we do need to buy some verdant seeds for Port Avon. Wait, no, this is... Wait. bargains available. I thought we had to buy verdant seeds for Port Avon. Am I wrong? Okay, never mind. Can we buy Sharma and Sons? We can buy some Jumble of Undistinguished Souls. Do we have enough for 3? I think we do. 3 Consignments of Souls. At Prosper. So let's buy that. We'll knock out 2 birds with 1 stone here, and I will buy some more supplies. And we are now full to the brim. And that's going to do it for this episode. I guess in the next episode, we're going to do what exactly? We're going to go to Prosper, which is a long ways away. We'll probably do some more exploration. There's more things to be found. You know, we are discovering a lot of the map, which is good. Something we want to do. You know, we'll deliver along the way. Can I draw on the map? That'd be nice. I always want to draw on the map, and they never let me. They never let me draw on the map because I want to draw a route. You know, we'll go to the Magdalenes and deliver the maddened captain there, and then we'll go and deliver the souls to Prosper. Anyway, if you're enjoying the series, definitely hit that like button and consider subscribing if you're new to my content. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.